What is up, guys? I do hope you're well. My name is Mark and today we're looking at r/relationships. If you're new here, please consider hitting that like, that subscribe, and maybe, just maybe, that notification bell too, as it all really helps out our channel. And a huge thank you to the members of our channel. Again, we've got 2 new members today. Absolutely amazed by you guys. On Patreon, we got Chase, and on YouTube membership, we have JM. Thank you so much for joining us. You know, as I keep saying, it blows me away, and thank you to the rest of the members of our channel. It just keeps me going every day at the moment. And don't forget, we're on podcast now too, so you can listen to me and take me wherever you go, and consider supporting the channel if you choose to do so, although no pressure at all. And with that being said, let's get in to today's stories. Much love, guys. Our first story comes from a throwaway account. My 26 female dog killed a friend's 24 female cat. She wants me to pay for her to get a new cat, but I don't think I'm at fault. The title sounds really bad, but hear me out. I have a 3-year-old American Bulldog with a history of killing small animals. He's very sweet with all people and small children and plays nicely with larger dogs, but he has a high prey drive and will absolutely take off after small animals. He killed a total of 3 cats in his previous home. Animal control didn't put him down because every incident occurred when he was in his own yard, fenced in, and the cats entered. He isn't considered to be aggressive or a dangerous dog. I understand this is probably upsetting to a lot of people, but it's pretty common with dogs. They don't understand the cat is someone's beloved pet, they just see the prey that they want to hunt down and eat. I make a lot of money as a software engineer and inherited a 4-bedroom house from a family member. I rent out one of the bedrooms to Rachel, 26 female, a friend from college. She pays me $300 a month, which is absurdly low for the area, San Francisco. Rachel doesn't make much money, and I really enjoy just living with a friend, but I am technically her landlord. About a month ago, Rachel came to me and said our friend from college, really just Rachel's friend, this girl was more of an acquaintance to me, Ashley, had just broken up with her boyfriend and needed a place to stay until she was back on her feet. I told Ashley she could stay with me rent-free for 2 months while she looked for a new place and saved a bit of money. Ashley gladly accepted. It came out soon that Ashley had a cat that she wanted to bring with her. I said absolutely not, as my dog is aggressive with cats. Both Ashley and Rachel tried to convince me it would be fine, and Rachel kept saying she'd never seen him be aggressive with cats, but the reason for that was literally because I never let him around any cats. They suggested my dog be confined upstairs and the cat get the downstairs, and I said no because it's too risky. But also because I own this house. I was doing a favour for someone who really needed it, and my dog shouldn't be punished because of that. Ashley said she had nowhere else for the cat to go, she might end up in an animal shelter, and I said since she wouldn't be paying rent for 2 months, I was sure she could cobble together the money to board the cat. My last words on the matter were, I don't care where your cat goes, but she can't come here. I'm sorry, but if you're not willing to find another place for your cat, then you aren't welcome here. Mind you that these conversations took place in a group text message, so there is evidence of me saying over and over again that she couldn't bring her cat. I thought we were all on the same page about this, but when Ashley showed up to move in, while I was out and Rachel was home, she brought the goddamn cat. I don't know if she's planning to hide her from me or what, but the cat didn't even last until I got home. The 2 of them corralled my dog into the kitchen using chairs and let the cat out. The second he saw her, my dog went nuts, crashed through the chairs. He weighs 80 freaking pounds, so I don't know why they thought chairs would keep him out, and mauled the cat to death. When I got home, I lost my goddamn mind. The 2 of them kept saying that my dog killed the cat, and I screamed that they killed the cat with their stupidity. Ashley threatened to call animal control, and I told her she should explain to them that how she was instructed by the homeowner to not bring a cat, and she decided to do it anyway. There was some more screaming, and I eventually just told them both to get the fuck out of my house. Ashley hadn't brought any of her stuff in yet, and I told Rachel that her stuff would be on my front lawn the next day. She didn't technically have a lease with me, but I know I would have had to formally evict her if she threw a stink. Luckily she just agreed to leave. Rachel and Ashley are splitting a 1-bedroom apartment now, and I live alone. I'm honestly done with both of them, as I can't believe they'd be so goddamn disrespectful of me, and to put both of our pets in danger like that after being told not to. The issue is that Ashley says the cat was a British Shorthair, that it costs $1,500, and she wants me to pay her to get a new cat. I've been getting increasingly angry text messages from her, and she's told all of our friends that I have a killer dog. although most of them agree she's in the wrong, once I show them the text exchange where I explicitly banned the cat from entering the house. She even messaged my parents about it, who already knew the situation, as I called them about it, hysterical after it happened. She's also threatened to sue me, but I think it's bullshit. I think she must know she's in the wrong, otherwise she would have gone through with calling animal control, or would have just sued me by now. I think she just thinks she can wear me down. Should I just ignore it until it stops? Edit, I'm getting a dog trainer to try and help with a small animal aggression. I've only had him for 8 months, and actually was looking for a trainer right before the pandemic hit, so got put on the back burner. Thank you for the suggestions though, I do know it's an undesirable behaviour. We're going to go into the comments for this one. We go to Steffi Mama. As a cat owner, I was prepared to come in here and hate you. But reading the way she disregarded your warnings and requests, she's a complete moron who didn't give 2 shits about her cat in the first place. The second someone tells me my cats might be in danger, we're out. I'd never place my cats in a home where they could be mauled like that. And Illuminate says, OP later added, she couldn't even be bothered to bury her cat. She's really all about the money. Leslie Dalliscott replies, I was prepared to hate OP too, but OP told her. I tried to bring home a kitten once, and my 6-year-old cat wouldn't have it. We had been living together for 3 years at that point. I politely returned the kitten back to the rescue, because for fuck's sake, this is her home, and she deserves to feel comfortable. I couldn't imagine putting my cat in harm's way purposely, and then not feel remorse. I want to puke. God man, I can picture in my head the barrier that they built out of chairs and stuff, and then seeing this massive dog on the other side and thinking that's not going to get through if it sees something. If a dog goes mental, it's gonna burst through there, no problem. And with all the warnings and stuff, I really don't have very much sympathy for the person who lost their cat. I mean, I feel sorry for the cat, but for the person, you know, that was their choice, and they fucked up big time. What do you guys think of this story? Let me know in the comments below. Our next story comes from a throwaway account. Wife had been flirting with her co-worker. She said she would stop, but it just happened again. Is there any future in this relationship? My wife and I have been married for slightly more than 3 years now. Last Christmas, I found out she'd been having a long conversation with a co-worker of hers, in which they talked about having had sex multiple times, and they couldn't wait for the next one. The guy said he was going to book a hotel near their office right after Christmas. In this conversation, when he said he was looking forward to seeing my wife, she would reply with things like, I'm looking forward to much more than just seeing you, etc. You get the idea, overly flirty and sexual. When I confronted my wife, she denied the conversation existed. After deleting it, she showed me her phone to try to prove it didn't exist, but I'd taken a few pictures. She then said it was all virtual and that they never did anything physical. To prove she was right, she messaged her co-worker in front of me, asking if he had booked the hotel. He replied, not yet. She then asked if he was really expecting them to meet, to which he replied negatively. She promised they would never talk again, and I agreed, simply because I love her a lot and wanted to trust her. But in my mind, I wasn't completely sure she had been honest. For a few weeks I admit I checked her phone a few too many times, so she changed her password, which was fine because I was probably being too paranoid. This week, I picked her phone up because I needed a code that had been sent to her phone number. I didn't even need to unlock the screen to get it. To my surprise, under the message with the code, there was another messages from the same guy. One of them was an audio, the second one was a shirtless photo of himself in front of a mirror, and the third one said, sweaty, and a few emojis with a tongue. I confronted her since she had promised they would never talk again, and she just said he just wanted to show her he's going to the gym to show progress, but that the rest of the times they talk is just about work, and that is just a coincidence. I asked her to show me the rest of their messages, but she said she had mistakenly deleted their conversation history. My wife says she's going to change this time, and that I never really forgave her, and that's why she kept talking to the guy. She says this time she's really going to stop, and I have a hard time believing it. Or even if she does stop, I feel when things don't go well between us, she'd do it again. I really love her, but can't keep living like this. Is there any situation in which this can work? What would you do? I'd firstly say, get the fuck out of there. I wouldn't trust that. That's absolutely awful. You just got to feel sorry for OP in this situation, you know. He's just trying to cling on to something that's just not there anymore. There's clearly what this woman is fucking behind his back, man. It's awful. Now we're going to move on to an update post from OP. Update, you were right. I ignored every single one of your comments and eventually caught my wife with the other man. This is a tough pill to swallow, and I can't say I hadn't been warned. Many folks had asked me to follow up with an update, so here it is, fresh from the oven. After reading every single comment of the Reddit post, my brain just couldn't overcome the catastrophe and the collapse of the world I had built for me, in which my wife is my love, my best friend and partner, as well as the person I admire the most. She was entirely perfect and made me happy for many years. I thought no couple in the world could have what we had. We were both very happy for a long time. We were both attractive, we were both inherently good, had big hearts and were individually wildly successful in our careers. After the Reddit post, I moved to an Airbnb and eventually with my family to think things through. It was a terrible time, but a psychologist helped me recover from a terrible mental state. It coincided with a pandemic hitting very hard in my city. I caught the virus, which didn't help. During this time we kept talking and my wife was very sorry and continued saying they hadn't met. I knew it wasn't true, but was willing to forgive the woman of my dreams, who continued being the highest altar of my universe. Fast forward last Saturday morning, I went back to our place, ready to forgive her and talk things through in the most mature way possible. And well, there he was. But I was the one who received the biggest surprise, to say the least. The guy was in my house naked, and so was my wife. The guy from the messages, the guy from the pics, the one she said she didn't even like. I caught him hiding in my bathroom as my wife was putting her pajamas on. When I saw him hiding in my bathroom, he uttered, "Sorry dude." For a second I asked myself, is this where I kill him? But I instantly replied, I got nothing against you, because this guy was just nailing this hot woman, even if he was doing so in a house full of pictures of me, pictures of our wedding and our families, pictures of my dead father, who'd be so sad to see how the marriage he never witnessed was going to end. He has also been the reason I tried to make the world a better place. He passed away 2 months before our wedding. I'm sorry, I still love her to death, but I understand enough is enough. Even if my world collapses, I hope I can build a new one without lies, in which I'm just not a blind believer under an altar of a fake god. Godspeed. Jesus OP. So sorry you had to find that out in such a brutal way. I'd be kind of interested to know how she reacted when you caught her though. Was she remorseful or did she just like play it off as like, yeah, this is normal kind of thing? I'm going to read from one of the comments below, which is just something for the OP, and I think it means a lot. Super Mundane says, I wish you love in your life. You are not the problem. This will be painful, but in the end, you'll be infinitely stronger. Feel no shame for the actions of others, for it is their karma in the end. Do not blame yourself. Your world has collapsed like a star exploding. The death of one situation births anew. And what do you guys think about this story? Let me know in the comments below. Absolutely awful. Our next story is from a throwaway account. My 44 male son's 19 male girlfriend, 21 female, acts inappropriate and flirty with me, but my son just laughs it off. I'm not sure what to do. So I live in England and have primary custody of my son, and he visits his mother on alternate weekends. I love my son and was extremely happy when he started dating this girl, who is his first ever girlfriend. She does make him so happy and you can see him light up when he's with her or talks about her. He's been dating her for 7 months now and I met at the end of November. From the first meeting, I didn't like the way she acted. She told me I was extremely fit and handsome and she can see where my son gets his good looks from and hopes he grows up to look just like me. She says things like that all the time. She's constantly asking questions about my dating life and says someone as good looking as me shouldn't be single. One night I asked my son and his girlfriend to make themselves scarce as I had a date coming to dinner and his girlfriend said, "She's one lucky lady, what I would give to be her tonight." I also have caught her checking me out several times. She says all of these things in front of my son, including, "You know, if we break up, I'll be all over your dad, right?" But he just laughs it off. I've questioned him about this, but he just says she is a natural flirt with everyone and she has no filter and he's fine with it. I've tried to explain to him that he's looking at her through rose-tinted glasses, especially because she's his first girlfriend, and that this isn't normal and a girlfriend shouldn't be acting like that. But he got angry with me and said this is his relationship and his decision, but I really feel uncomfortable and don't know what to do. Any advice, Reddit? Kind of in two minds about this, whether you just shut her down straight away and say, look, you're making me feel uncomfortable. I would probably say that straight away because, you know, I think people got to be told. I'd probably just say to her straight out, look, you're making me uncomfortable. Can you stop saying those things? Maybe to the side, not in front of your son or whatever. But then on the second one, you kind of want your son to learn. If he's going to ignore you, he's going to learn the hard way. So yeah, I don't know. But we'll go to the comments on this one. The tortoise says, I wouldn't try to persuade your son that her behaviour is inappropriate. That's a decision he'll have to reach on his own. You can, however, state both him and his girlfriend that the comments and innuendos make you uncomfortable and you would like them to stop. I'd also make sure never to be alone with her in a room/house if at all possible. Protect yourself, your relationship with your son, and your reputation. And I think that's all the kind of advice you need from this, unless you guys know something different, which don't forget to post in the comments below. Anyway guys, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode of r/relationships. If you did, there's another video on your screen right now, and it'd be really appreciated if you watch another, if you have time of course. And don't forget to click that like, that subscribe, and maybe that notification bell too, as it all truly helps out our channel. And of course, support if you want to. Thank you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Much love.